are the podcast for innovation, information technology, security, everything else Splashtop. We are here with a very important piece to our journey now, Mr. Venkat. We're going to be talking about data and how it drives and impacts innovation, how it's been impact and will impact Splashtop future growth. But it's an honor to be speaking with you, sir. Been working with you.
No.
No, all right, no, sir. It's an honor to be speaking with you. I call everybody sir, so that usually is funny. But again, from my side of things, working with you has been amazing. I love how you are very objective, move really quickly, decisions are sharp, and so much experience. Your resume speaks for itself. Mattel, 8x8, Juniper Networks, McKinsey and Company, leadership roles at all these organizations. You are a living book, a living knowledge source for all of us here. So
You're just saying how old I am. That's right.
Yeah, but a lot of wisdom there. So I know we're very excited to have you here, and you've already made an impact. And today we want to share some of your goals for Splashtop. And I know we're going to have more conversations in the future. So anyways, I'll kick off by what motivated you to join Splashtop journey, and why now? And
why now and why
yeah.
Splashtop?
Yeah.
So Splashtop, why Splashtop? And I guess it's a combination answer of why now. It's a combination of three things because all good things come in threes. So number one is the founder. So I started this process maybe about a year ago. And the first time that I met, Mark wasn't there, but it was the other three founders and Leon, and we went to Alexander's Steakhouse. We started our lunch at 11, and by the time I got done, it was 6 p.m. The second time I met folks, we started at 5 p.m. and ended up at 2 a.m. And these were great meetings, and when I met the people, met the founders, I felt like these are my people. The key thing that I'm looking for in those kind of things is, do we have alignment of values? And from that perspective, I felt like I had a great alignment of values. So that was number one. Number two is, I think where we are in Splashtop journey right now is a perfect time. It's a great time. I think the opportunity in Splashtop is tremendous. And in the beginning, I did some research on product and what we have relative to our competitors. By far, we were ranked number one in any of the G2 crowds or Gartner or any of these things I went and looked at. Companies that are, 10 times our size, 15 times our size, don't have as great ratings as we have. And so that is huge to me, having a great product that I can be proud of, that I can literally wear a t-shirt and wear it on my heart, is something that I felt like I could feel proud about. And so the product is great. The market is huge. While there is a bigger, longer term picture that we're going after, even in the current market that we're in, the market is huge. And so the product is great, market is huge. So we can win in this. And so this brings me to the third part, which is I felt like I bring together a set of skills that can help Splashtop go to the next level, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, I think the product is there. We have all the stuff that we need. We just need to figure out how to sell this, how to expand our presence in the marketplace, and go succeed in that. And that is something that I've done repeatedly in the past, and I felt this is a great place to do it. So those three reasons are why I took this job.
No, I echo the leadership and the people, because I know we have great leaders, and those events that 12 to 1, I've been in some of those, and they're really fun, and I know our founders know how to have a good time, and they're really great people. So awesome. I'm glad you made that choice. And so been here 4 months now. What is your first impression of the rest of the org, everyone else?
So not only have I been in this office, I went to Amsterdam to meet people out there. And one thing that is very clear in all of these is everybody wants to do the right thing. And the commitment that every person that I've met so far has to the company, has to what they're doing for the company and for the customers is amazing. The one piece that I didn't know about before I came in is how much the customers love our products, and not just the products, but love our support and just dealing with people. And this is a story that I like to tell. So about a month ago, I was in Europe. I met a customer of ours, and usually when as an exec you go to meet customers, you get 45 minutes of people chewing your ear off about this thing going wrong or that thing going wrong. But when I met this customer, there was no complaints. There was nothing. We asked him, dude, how could we do better? And all he could say is like, you need to have, we don't have dark mode on our UI, which by the way is coming.
Oh, nice.
So we were able to say that, and so it's that part of how much people really love. I mean, that they had no complaints has to do not just with the product, but when things go wrong, inevitably things do. Everybody in the company rises up to go solve people's problems, and that piece I did not recognize, or I didn't know enough about before I came into the company, and that's been a pleasant surprise to me.
No, I mean, it's part of, I think, our culture to really care and be customer centric. So glad you're able to experience that right away. And I know from our customer success team, part of why we launched Splashtocks is to try to bring more out of us into our customers,
Yep.
and they can learn from us and we can learn from them and continue the journey. Awesome.
Absolutely.
And you released an article on data driven customer or data driven centric approach to expanding. How is a data centric approach so important to driving innovation, especially now that you come into Splashtop and are applying a lot of these methodologies into our next strategies?
Yep. So if there is one common thread in the long list of jobs that I've had that you read out, if there is one common thread, it's trying to bring structure and data into things which are necessarily more fluid and more what shall I say, qualitative, right? And so to me, innovation starts with the innovation is a delicate balance of what can you do with technology with the needs of the customer, and to understand the needs and so understanding customer needs to me is like central to what we do, and data is how we can get at that, right? Of course, there are people like Steve Jobs and so on who had an intuitive feel for it. I'm not Steve Jobs, and so for me, it's data and using data to understand the truth of the customer, and that is the critical piece for me. And these days, it's the techniques and other things that we have to gather data, to observe things, to look at usage, and more importantly, not just gather data, but to take an action on it. Right? Just gathering data and storing it is not helpful. The more important thing is what do we do to solve customers' problems, and for that we have AI and other techniques today, which can allow us to take actions, at the drop of a hat to go solve customers' problems. And so that's to me, that's the exciting piece. Data can help you understand the customer and more importantly, take an action on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of things that we're looking to build within Splashtop.
Couldn't agree more, especially because being more proactive instead of reactive, and the data can definitely help us do that, especially with the AI coming out. So obviously there's going to be challenges in applying this data-centric approach. Will AI play a role into the strategy, and how do you see it playing a role?
So AI, I think, is going to affect everything that we do, not just as Splashtop, but in our lives. So if you think about the life cycle of a customer, from developing the product to getting a customer, right? Getting a prospect, getting them through the cycle, and then getting them to adopt the product and then continue usage and expand. I see role of AI in all of these different areas. Now, certain elements of these pieces out here are better left to other people to help us deliver the AI. What I mean by that is, say, Instead of us creating AI to analyze our support tickets, you could just use Zendesk because that's what you're using right now. On the other hand, the place where we can really add value to our customers is in embedding AI into the product itself, right? So if you think of what AI is today, think of it as reducing the cost of intelligence, right? And when you think about it as a reducing cost of intelligence, then you say, okay, how can I embed intelligence in every element of how the customers use our product, right? Mm-hmm. And in that, we are thinking about some exciting things to make the life of a technician who uses our product much easier. I don't want to give away anything
Not
right
yet.
now, but those are some of the areas. Later episode, yeah. Where we're looking to bring AI into the product. But of course, within the go-to-market world, we are looking to build AI into everything that we do. How do we look at the prospects? How do we target the prospects? How do we, once we get the prospects, how do we move them along line? And about 2 days ago, we got done building a churn model that is helping us predict what churn could happen and how could we intercept that by talking to the customer and making them happy and making sure that it doesn't happen, right? So that happened literally yesterday, I think. Yeah. And so that's one of the first AI things that we're doing. And we are also parallelly building an upsell, cross-sell model. Again, something that's important in your world. Yeah. So each of these things are applications of AI that are things that we're doing right now. It's not something that's going to happen in 5 years, 10 years. Yeah, these are something that's happening right now.
No, and I know it's exciting. I know there's some things we're cooking in the background and been working, and I know AI will play a big part. And I know our users, our customers, it will impact them. Absolutely. And it's neat to see, what AI brings to the table, not only on what we do every day, but what it's going to do to our products and our users. Yeah. So pretty exciting.
By the way, there are certain elements of our own operations where we're using AI today, right? Yeah. Let's say in security, right? If you are trying to access your computer from different parts of the globe suddenly, if you're in California one day and then in 2 hours you are in India, and I don't think we've invented any mode of travel that can take you that fast. And so that's probably some kind of security issue. So we embed security in our AI into security elements like that help us secure our infrastructure and run our infrastructure effectively. So that's an element of what we are already doing, right? Now there are other pieces of more advanced things that we'll be bringing in future, but that gives you a flavor.
Yeah. No, super exciting. Last question here is, where do you see Splashtop going in the next 5 years?
We will be the number one company in our space. That's Fantastic. My commitment to you. And that's what I see.
Awesome. Well, Venkat, I know it's a short conversation, just a little blitz of what's going on in our company. There will be more conversations, especially new products when we do launch them.
Absolutely.
But welcome to Splashtop. Thank you for spending time with us today, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Thank you for having me and looking forward to the next one.